Hi, welcome to the channel Moyna Bass Fishers. I'm Jim Moyna, and I am reporting on the first day results for the 2023 MLF Tacklewarehouse Invitational on Mississippi River in Lacrosse, Wisconsin. All right, I'm in 117th place after weighing 9 pounds 2 ounces. You ever get the feeling that you're fishing a completely different lake than everybody else because it seems like everybody's catching them and you're not? I mean, that's totally how I feel. The first two days of practice were absolutely abysmal, terrible. I hardly caught anything. Then the third day of practice, I caught enough to feel like, hey, well, now I can at least get a limit. And plus, I ran into 3 quality smallmouth. I mean, nice ones. I'm like 3-pounder type stuff, or even bigger. So, plus then I found a big school of fish on a spot. So things suddenly looked like there was a lot of hope after the third day of practice, but it just wasn't meant to be today, I guess. Where I wanted to start was on that big school of largemouth, and I don't think there was like really huge largemouth in that school, but I mean, a limit of those would have gone like 11 pounds, maybe 12 pounds, something like that. But of course, there was somebody sitting right there right away in the morning. And then when I came to it later, there was somebody sitting there. And then here, this is the funny thing. So I was waiting for him to leave, so I was just fishing in the area, just eyeing him. And all of a sudden, I saw him take off, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll go there now. So I'm like, I'm just put everything down right then. And it was maybe not even a quarter mile away. So while I'm putting my stuff down and getting on my life jacket, there's a boat running up the river, heading this way, and I'm like, there's no way that guy's going to that spot. Sure enough, and I tried to hustle as fast as I could and get the boat up on a plane and try to get up to speed, but he was already past me, and sure enough, he went right to that spot, right there. So I pulled up behind him and I asked him, hey, I basically asked him, hey, can I fish here with you? Because I've been waiting over there fishing, just waiting for the spot to open up, and it finally did. And it just happens that you were pulling in right at the perfect moment. So that guy was nice enough to let me fish there, which I should have just left because I ended up just screwing everything up. So I should have just let it be and left him alone. But he was nice to let me fish there. But I think I screwed it up for the both of us. So that was because it was a small spot, and I was just, anyways, nice guy. Thank you for that. I don't know his name, but thank you for sharing the spot with me. But neither one of us caught anything. So, anyways, so enough of that. I just couldn't catch the fish today. I mean, when I get bit, it would be a small one. You know, I ended up catching only 7 keepers. So that's not that many. And, 6 of those keepers were smallmouth, but they're all like 15 inches or less. Maybe the biggest one might have been, maybe 15 and a half inches, maybe 16 at the most. And then I happened to catch a bonus largemouth and I totally thought I got onto the pattern. There was probably an hour and a half left to fish, and and I just got done fishing the smallmouth school, and there was a school of smallies there, but they were just smaller ones. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't picked up the spinnerbait all day, and there was just some grassy stuff along the shore right there. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just pick up the spinnerbait and throw it along this grass line for 5 minutes. So my first, and I'm already getting close to the grass line. So my first cast is like a half cast. I mean, I just kind of half cast it out there, and I wind it about 10 feet, and sure enough, a largemouth drills it, and then I catch him, and it's like a 2.5 pounder. So now there's so much life back in me. I mean, there's so much life. I mean, I was still fishing hard, but that largemouth at that moment in time on a bait I just picked up and made my first cast, it just lifts you to another level of like, all right, I got this. I'm gonna now just start annihilating them on the spinnerbait. I had one other bite on that spinnerbait, and it was a non-keeper, and it got off. And I threw that spinnerbait. The remaining hour and a half, I threw that thing at least an hour and 15 minutes of that hour and a half, something like that. So, yeah, so that largemouth was my last keeper of the day. But yeah, so I don't know. As far as the point standings, the Angler Reports point standings, my goals would be in the top 8 after this tournament, because then I'll get my ticket punched to the Bass Pro Tour for next year. I dug a huge hole. I'm in 117th place in this tournament, and I'm sure that's going to drop me down the point standings quite a bit at this level. And then here's the other thing. One of the guys right behind me, I think, is leading the tournament. A guy, Gray Buck, who was 2 ahead of me, who I had a chance to catch if he, faltered. Well, he had a great day, and then a couple other guys right behind me had a great day. So several guys right around me had really good days. So if I'm going to get in that top 8, I'm going to have to somehow get into the top 50 after tomorrow, which is possible. I'm going to have one of the biggest bags of this event tomorrow, and that'll move me into the top 50. And then I'm going to have to back it up with another one of the biggest bags of the tournament on the last day to move me up farther and to have a chance. So I pretty much got to put back-to-back biggest bags of the tournament, or close to it, upper echelon, that type of bag, back-to-back, when in the 4 days that I've been here, I have seen just a handful of fish that, I can't even put together one bag out of the 4 days I've been here that would be the kind of bag that I need. So, yeah, it's needless to say, I'm a bit disheartened. I'm a bit down. But, it's not over till it's over. That's what I'm going with. So, as I sit here, I really don't know where I'm going to fish tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to fish tomorrow. I'm just, like I said, it seems like I'm fishing a completely different fishery than everybody else. It was really hard to just get a limit of fish. And I look around me, and everybody's got bigger bags than I do. Like the guy that weighed right in front of me had, as the what would you call it? The guy that measures the fish. As he's there's a guy before you bring your fish up to on stage. There's a guy that looks at your fish, counts them all alive if they're all alive, or if there's one dead one, he checks for dead and alive. And then if you have any fish that are close to the minimum size, he measures them on a measuring board to make sure it counts. So anyways, I saw the guy in front of me dump his fish out, and then the the tub master, I guess is what he'd be. Yeah, I don't know, because he dumps. There's a tub there where all the fish are dumped in. So, anyways, when this guy's putting them back into the angler's bag to carry up to the weigh-in or up to the stage, I mean, I'm like, God, that's a huge one. That's a huge one. That's a huge one. I mean, I just haven't seen fish like that. Oh, anyway, like 14 to 15 pounds. So it's not like they're that huge. But when I've been fishing all week and I'm just not seeing that kind of fish, they look all huge to me. Oh boy. Well, gosh, I got all my rods sitting out here, and I don't even know what to do with them. I mean, it almost seems pointless to fish the way I fished today. But I mean, if a lot of the quality fish I was catching were smallmouths, and if they decide to show up, well, then I could catch it like a 16, 17 pound bag. So I don't know. I'm beside myself. It's oh gosh, how do I don't know. I just am completely. It's like almost hopeless, clueless. I don't know what to do. I gotta pull myself together and come up with a plan and execute that plan. And if the plan works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, anyways, yeah, let's just cut this video off now because I don't have much else to say. I've got to figure out a plan. Maybe I'll look at the maps a little bit, and I don't know. Usually I've been working on my gear by now and my tackle, but instead I ate. I addressed some emails that needed addressed and stuff like that because I just don't know what to do with my stuff. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and we will give a full tournament report when this tournament's over with and let you know how this was executed or how I was executed by this river. Over.